Dear friends, we are very happy to present to you Reverend Father Pius George, a contemporary missionary in the beautiful island of Sri Lanka. A total dedicated missionary all the way from India to serve and form the youth of war-affected zone of this country. In this video, we present to you his experience in the past, his present missionary activities, and above all, his future dreams for the upliftment of the poor, abandoned, and orphan boys and girls of war-stricken North. Father, can you tell us about your initial experience in this missionary island?
To work in this war-stricken Murungan of Sri Lanka was very risky. There was no freedom to go out of the compound, as we could be caught up between the crossfires between the rebel LTT and the army. But as a priest, I was accepted by both the LTT and the army, and so I could save several youth. They could have been kidnapped for being suspected of an LTT or supporting the LTT. I have seen several people being killed and thrown into the streets. Several youth whom I know have disappeared. I myself at one time was beaten by an army man at night while trying to save two of my boys from their clutches.
So far, what you have done for the poor, abandoned and orphan boys and girls of this area?
Well, we increased the number of inmates of this boys' home or orphanage, and at one time we had about 250 boys in this home. We started a technical section comprising of carpentry, welding, motor mechanic, sewing and computer. And so many youth were helped in this way. When the war got over, there were about 400,000 people in the detention camps, which were nothing else but concentration camps. We were able to visit them and console them, and we supplied food, clothes and whatever we could give them. It was a very difficult situation at that time. For the orphan girls, numbering about 150, we appointed sisters to look after, and a separate Don Bosco Children's Home, Vavuniya, was started for them at Vavuniya.
What are your future plans for this youth?
A technical center at Pallavarayan Kattu and another at Kilinochi were started on a small scale, and these are to be expanded, and hostels must be set up for the youth in these technical institutions. The orphan boys and girls must be settled in families who will take them as their own children. So far I have settled about 12 such orphans. There are more to be settled and their studies to be looked after. We have taken up a few of the boys you will see in the video. They are mentally disabled, and nobody will take them into their farm or give them any work. So we have taken them into our own institutions and given them work, given them the salary. We need more priests and brothers to do this. And so we have started a minor seminary or an aspirant. There are about 28 minor seminarians, and a separate seminary building is being built at Mankulam, where we have about 50 acres of land donated by one man. Maintenance of this minor seminary and the existing orphanages, higher studies of bright orphans, establishing farms to support these activities require much funds. To maintain an orphan or a seminarian will incur 7,000 Sri Lankan rupees a month. We need to purchase a tractor coming to 2 million Sri Lankan rupees. Bicycles for the children to go to school, each cycle costing 30,000 rupees.
We have taken care of him, we have taught him bakery. Now he is an expert at bakery, and he is also looking at the store at Don Bosco Murungan. He is the storekeeper, and he was affected badly in the war. A shell piece went just under his feet, so you can see the mark still even after 4.5, 5 years. It's not getting healed properly. It may take few more years. Probably he requires some plastic surgery. He is trying to look for a job outside Sri Lanka, so that he thinks that he can do much better abroad. He is a very helpful, very responsible boy. Nandan. Nandan was brought up by us. Now he's 17, 18. He's not a clever boy, he's a little dull. He looks after the goats and he's also the watchman. He looks after the gate. He does his job responsibly. Vidushan, known as Vidukuti, he too is not such a clever boy, but then he has picked up bakery and is helping in the bakery. Very dutiful, very hot-tempered, but at the same time, very lovable, very affectionate boy. This is Ramu, one of the orphan boys taken just after the war. He has no one. He was in a hostel and orphanage run by the LTT, and he is not so brainy. He is somewhat handicapped boy. But now we have trained him to look after the piggery, to look after the poultry birds. He is quite good and he is very dutiful, and we don't have to tell him anything. He knows what he should do. So we are very happy. And when he came, he said his age was 18. If you ask him what is your age, he will still say that he is 18. Umaisanna? 18. 4 years back he was 18, even now he is 18. So that is Ramu, my friend.
As you celebrate the silver jubilee of your priesthood, and after being here for 8 years, what have you learned from these people and what are your expectations?
Being a priest for 25 years and being in this war-stricken area for 8 years, working for the abandoned youth was a big achievement, and God was with me all through. When we work for the poor youth, God is always with us. I have learned to identify myself with the suffering youth, and this is the greatest achievement in my life. And what are my expectations from you? Well, I would be delighted if you could help me to continue this mission for the abandoned boys and youth, and you could make some fund collections by way of some programs, or you yourself could contribute some donations, or a thoughtful gesture you could make when you write your will and testament. Surely God will bless you. Thank you.